Hello there. So today we are getting packed up and getting ready to go to Hallett, which if you don't already know, Hallett is, it's in Oklahoma. It's a, gosh, I think it's a 1.7 mile track. And what's unique about this track is you can either go clockwise or counterclockwise. And both ways have their challenges. This week we'll be going clockwise, which to me, and to probably 99% of the people out there, it's definitely the harder way to go, and it's definitely more technical, and you could also say the more dangerous route. There's one turn in particular that is coming off of a straightaway into a blind braking zone that goes to the left, and it's a hard left, probably like a 90 degree. Well, no, it's probably more than 90 degrees, but there's not a lot of room, there's not a lot of runoff. So if you mess that up, like if you have if you mess up, you can definitely save it, but say you have like a brake failure or something, you'll definitely be getting into the tire wall. So yeah, we're getting everything ready. I've got the car ready. I'm just now getting it prepared to load up. So I took the bolts off of the wing. So we're gonna take that off. And if you'll notice, if you watch my last video, you'll see that I put these new numbers on, and it's kind of like a chameleon color. I went to the wrap place, which is it's Raptor Wraps in Rogers, Arkansas, and they're the ones that take care of all of like the decals and stuff that I want. And I went there trying to get a blue to match, obviously, the blue. But they didn't have anything close enough in a short period of time. Granted, I mean, they can order anything, but I needed something within less than a 24 hours notice. So I told them, okay, fine, we'll just do white. But as soon as I decided to do white, I turned around and I saw this. And it was just like an extra roll that they had laying around, and I thought that it would look really cool. And I mean, it's got gold, blue, gray, and a whole bunch of flake in it. So yeah, I mean, I think it turned out really, really good. The only thing I'm not too, well, so we have it on the back wing as well. The only thing I'm not too crazy about is I did my name in it. I'm still gonna do the color, but I think the font that I did and the size is a little too much. So I'd rather get it smaller and then maybe just do like a cursive rendition as opposed to like the regular font. So I'm gonna take this thing outside and then I wanna show it to you in the light. That way you can see what I'm seeing. All right, here we are in the light, and freaking A, it is bright. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so it looks super cool. I don't know if the GoPro will be able to capture like the different colors in there, but I mean, it looks, well, let me get out of the way. It looks super sweet. So yeah, that's gonna be really fun. Unfortunately, so today is Saturday, they're racing today, and as you can see, I'm not there. I think it was Thursday night around like 10 o'clock. I was unloading some scrap out of the back of my truck. Mind you, I was unloading scrap out of the back of my truck to give away, to try and help, whoever wanted it. It was free scrap, and I mean, it was good stuff, like cylinder heads, AC compressors, a bunch of stuff that weighed a lot, that was aluminum, that, I mean, someone would get a couple $100 out of or whatever. And in the process, I think it was an AC compressor. It fell from the tailgate, which, I mean, how high a tailgate is. It fell from that height all the way on my foot, and I wasn't wearing anything but flip-flops. So not only, I mean, that's a pretty hefty amount to be falling that high or straight on your foot, but a sharp metal object, fall with that much momentum, it's gonna do some damage. So yeah, it cut down to the bone, and it was just, it was really bad. So I've been dealing with that, but luckily today I woke up and the swelling isn't very bad. So I was able to put my shoes on, and yeah, I mean, that was a determining factor. I told myself if I can put a shoe on, then I'm gonna go race. So yeah, now I'm just gonna get everything loaded up, and yeah, hopefully go out there and get us at least one win for the weekend. So I got all the truck stuff packed up. So the car, tools, gear, etc., etc. My really good friend came down here and helped me load everything up. Obviously, I'm demobilized at the moment, so he was kind enough to come out and help me, and yeah, got everything loaded up. So, so yeah, I'm gonna go show you the trailer, show you how everything looks inside of there, and then yeah, proceed to hit the road. This is a really, so this right now it's a sad sight because like I don't have anything. You know, sometimes it'd be a good sight and not having anything. That means I've sold everything, but unfortunately I still have cars, but it's just the spec Miata and I can't find anything else to buy. So if you're selling a car, specifically Subaru WRXs, STIs, S2000s, cheap Corvettes like C5s, maybe a cheap C6, shoot, what else? What else? Well, things Evos, just things like that. I mean, cheap Miatas, I'm definitely down to buy cheap Miatas. I mean, I had one this morning. It was a limited edition 95 that was green with tan interior. I'd never seen one before, and this thing was beautiful. It had like 80,000 miles on it, and I was just really well taken care of. And they only wanted like $5,000 for it. Easily like a $12,000 car, and I missed out on it. But either way, you just gotta, that's why you gotta be on this stuff 24/7 if you want to get the good deals. But so we got the wing all the way in the back. I know it's probably the worst position because it gets the most oscillation, but it's got moving blanket on it and it's strapped down with moving straps, so it'll be fine. This is my car cover for whenever the car gets unloaded, which I'm actually not even going to need because we're staying in a hotel tonight. We're not getting a camper. There's no reason to go through all the effort to get a camper for one night, and honestly most people that rent campers, they don't want to deal with it for just one night. It's not worth it for them. And I'm getting there at like 10 p.m. so it's not even worth it. I can just go straight to the hotel and then yeah, but everything's packed up. I got my wets, which I should not need. I'd be very surprised if we did. Honestly, I really hope that I do because it's really fun driving in the wet and that means it'll be cool. The only thing is mine are hard as a rock, so yeah, they suck. But either way, I can deal with that. I got all my fuel jugs, bike, tool cart, and then I've got my my truck bed full of stuff too. Oh, better turn off the light. There we go. Okay, and then I have my compressor and stuff in the bed, and then my my spare parts bins. So yeah, let's get the road on, or let's get on the road. All right, just got some diesel and some pizza from old Come and Go. So I couldn't remember if it was Casey's or Come and Go that has the crap pizza. It's definitely Casey's. Come and Go's pizza is pretty good. Isn't that right, guys? They're gonna find out here in a little bit with some crust, aren't you? Aren't ya? Okay, hey, get down, get down. So, puppies are enjoying the ride, especially now that we have some AC. So, yeah, be there in about an hour and a half. Well, good morning. We just obviously woke up. I'm heading to the track. We made a quick stop at Walmart to get some supplies from Walmart, and we got, oh, hopefully you can see all that, but we got us a kiddie pool. So that way, so I had rented an RV spot for the weekend that had water and electrical hookups. So I didn't get a camper, we just got a hotel room. But now that I have a water hookup, I can use that kiddie pool and fill it up and let the dogs play in it and stay nice and cool. So right now it's a little overcast, surprisingly, so it might actually be a really, really nice day, and I mean, we might not even have to use it. So that would be fantastic. But yeah, headed to the track, and once we get there, we'll unload, get the car warmed up. I think our warm-up session's at like 9 o'clock. I've got to get a set of tires mounted. And I think it's like 7:15, and it takes us about 40 minutes to get there. It's 7:22. So we'll be getting there like around 8:10. So we'll be cutting it pretty close, but we'll see. Hopefully, I mean, the car should be ready to go. So I should just have to add fuel and put on the right tires and torque it down. So we'll see. just got our tires dropped off. So with the way Kama runs, you get a warm-up session. It's like a 15 or 20 minute warm-up session. Then you get qualifying, a 6-minute qualifying race, and then you got the 12, or they're not 6-minute, but a 6-lap qualifying race, and then a 12-lap feature race. So I don't know when they'll be done, but I already have another set, but those tires I actually got for free, so I want to give them a shot and see if they're any good. But yeah, gonna go unload the car and get everything prepared to get on track. All right, so we just got back from our first session, just a warm-up session. Nothing fell apart, so that was good. Transition is shifting, so that is also good. Don't see any leaks, so that is good. I need to connect. That's just for the rain light though. The 3/4, I had to be really precise with my 3/4 shift, so I'm not really sure what that's about. And then the car has really bad understeer in the slow turns, so I think I might loosen up the sway bar just to get the car to rotate, so you don't touch. Just got finished with qualifying and qualified P1. So yeah, the car is already set up for race trim. I just went out and qualified in race trim. I didn't really feel like changing anything. I did change the wing a little bit. I added 2 degrees front and rear. It was at 8 degrees, and I changed it to 10, and I just felt it made the car feel a lot easier to drive. So yeah, made that change, left the rest the same, and now just kind of hanging out. Gonna have lunch, and then once we get back from lunch, we'll do the 6-lap race, and then I'll update after that. All right, so we just finished the 6-lap qualifying race, and we just got some fuel. So qualifying race went good. Led all 6 laps and got P1. Pretty normal race. So yeah, I just got some more fuel, so we'll get this thing fueled up, and then we'll have the 12-lap race, and that'll be pretty much it. So the car is shifting pretty well. I feel like it could be better, but I don't know. The box feels loose, so I'll say that. However, everything's working correctly, so I'm just trying to be mindful of how I shift, and I'm really trying to not grind or anything like that. Just trying to make precise shifts, and trying to do a precise H pattern whenever I do my shifts. So yeah, and of course on the up shifts, making sure that I'm not on the throttle, making sure I'm lifting when I'm shifting, and then that on downshifts, either I'm blipping whenever I need to, or just make sure I'm out of the power when I downshift. So but yeah, aside from that, the car feels really good. Going clockwise here it's just different, and it's really hard to learn the limit because the track's pretty bumpy. So and that's one of the characteristics of the track. But it's still fun, don't get me wrong, but I know I could be going way faster than what I am. But it's just hard to dial in the right line and find the limit is really tough going clockwise. And this is the first time I've gone clockwise in like 8 months, so it's been a really long time. And of course, first time I've ever gone clockwise in a open wheel car. So obviously two big things to get over. So yeah, anyways, like I was saying, we're gonna get ready for the 12-lap, and hopefully we can go get us a victory. Okay, so we are back home, and during the race, the actual race, so you have like the 6-lap qualifier and the 6-lap or the 6-lap qualifier, and then the 12-lap feature. I started on pole position, and then I think it was like turn 4 or something. I look in my mirror, and it's a right-hand turn, and I see the guy. I don't know exactly what happened, but so there was 3 of us in the front, and well, I think 4 actually, but either way, the 3rd place guy, I think he either dive bombed the 2nd place guy, or he just got a really good run and made a good pass on him on the inside on this right-hand turn. And I saw this happening in my mirror, and the way that it looked to me was that the guy was coming in super hot, and and it didn't seem like he was going to make the corner. And we were close enough to where if he didn't make the corner and he went straight off and I didn't slow down and tried to take the regular line at speed, then he would have collected me, and then we would have been in a really bad accident. So basically what I did is, I still don't know for sure exactly what happened, but basically I just let him go by. Like, I slowed down a whole bunch to where if he wasn't going to make the corner, he could go straight off and he wouldn't collect me in the process. And I mean, for obvious reasons, this race, we're not racing for anything. It's basically, for me, it was just like a practice race. So I'm not out there, I'm not taking any chances. If I feel like there's any reason, or if I get any feeling that something's gonna go wrong, I'm gonna back out. So yeah, I backed out, he got around me, which is totally fine. And then throughout the race, I'm gonna post, I'm really gonna try to post like highlights. I gotta figure out how to do that with the editing. But at the very end, I would like to of this video, I'd like to post some highlights of the race. And like, the guy was on it. I mean, he was driving really, really well. But the track is really, it's really small, and we were going clockwise this time. I've never driven this car or any car like this going clockwise. So it's a really small track, so finding the passing zones is pretty difficult. And then going clockwise, there's a couple, but the way that you have to take the racing line, it kind of closes off any gap that you might otherwise have in like a braking zone to pass or whatever. So the guy was on it pretty good. I had a couple runs on him, but again, like, if I felt that it was getting a little hairy, I completely backed out of it. So there was a couple times that happened, and I just let him go. And then at the end of the race, and I got passed again because we came into traffic. Couldn't really tell what the slow car was doing, so I just went really slow, and it allowed the third place guy to get by me. But I think it was like the last lap that the second place guy ended up spinning, so I ended up getting second. But that just goes back to, you know, I'm not taking any chances. I don't want to wreck this car. Just out there, you know, not even at a SCCA race. And for those of you that don't know, I've had a wreck. The only wreck that I've ever been in that was actual car-to-car contact was when this other guy, he was in first place, I was in second. I had the faster car. I ended up, during that race, I elected to start at the back. That way I could kind of have some fun and pass those cars or whatever. And it was one of the same style race at Hallett. It's a common series race, so we're not racing for anything, just purely to have fun. And so yeah, I just wanted to have fun. And basically what happened is the guy spun, and long story short, he came back on the track and collected me in the process. And yeah, so I know firsthand what it's like to have somebody else take you out. And I didn't want to have that happen again. Especially, I mean, we literally just got this car done, and I don't know how many times I've had people tell me, don't wreck it. So I felt like, you know, I was jinxed at that point. So that just kind of added just a little bit of, you know, that thing in my mind that, you know, if I got in a hairy position, that I was just going to back out. And that's, I mean, I probably backed out 3 or 4 times. So needless to say, I should have won the race. I mean, I qualified pole by like a whole second, and I really didn't even get a good lap. I only ran for 1 day, where usually you run 3 days. You have Friday practice day, the Saturday warm-up, qualifying, and then the race, and likewise with Sunday. So those guys, they were already pretty familiar with all that stuff. They had a decent amount of run time, but I only ran on Sunday. So I was still trying to figure out the lines and stuff, because like I said, I've never driven this track before on a car like this. So the lines that you take are totally different than, you know, like a Miata or whatever. So yeah, I started to figure out the lines and stuff, and starting to figure out the car, because the car obviously has a different, well, it doesn't have a different transmission, but with the bodywork and stuff, I was able to reset the wings so I could actually get 10 degrees of angle in the wing to get the proper amount of downforce. So yeah, familiarizing myself with the car, especially at Hallett, and I didn't make any setup changes, which I should have done. But I mean, I was still faster, so it didn't matter. But either way, at the end of the race, unfortunately, the clutch did start to slip, and I'm almost 99% sure that I have a leak somewhere that's causing a leak that's getting on the clutch disc that's causing it to slip. So that sucks. That means I gotta take the transmission back out. Which, now that I'm looking at it, the only leak I see is from the breather. I don't actually see, well, is that? What is all that? Well, that's got it. That's transmission fluid. Oh yeah, I can see transmission fluid way up there, and right by the starter. What in the world? Okay, well, so there's definitely some stuff going on. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, there's fluid in there. So I'm going to pull the transmission and find out. Whoops. Yeah, there's fluid all over the place, and so yeah, I'm 99% sure that's what was causing it to slip. So yeah, that slipping that is what killed my chances of going out and winning the race. I would have been fine going most of the race, just hanging out in second, and then maybe in the last 2 laps or whatever, giving up a good push and going for a race winning pass. But when it started slipping, that kind of killed my chances. So yeah, and it looks like, I don't know what the cause of this leaking is, but I would really like to figure it out. And I can't really tell where it's coming from. Oh, well, that thing is loose. Dadgummit! Well, that was my fault. Shame on me. So, yeah, overall, I mean, it was a fun weekend. Well, a fun day, I guess. And, I mean, everybody liked the car. So, they especially liked the wing, which, that's my favorite part. I kind of wish that we could have done more blue, because I think this blue is outstanding. And like the contrast with the blue and then the green or the chartreuse, I think it looks absolutely fantastic. But I mean, all in all, the car looks great. I mean, I cannot complain whatsoever. So yeah, I guess that pretty much concludes the Hallett Commissary's June race.